Am I good? I think we're good. I never know. Should be good. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. Get rid of this. Tweet this. There's the link. Alright, we're good. Yeah, we should be good. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? We've got really tame music. Like extremely tame music despite what happened in today's episode. Like extremely tame music. So I don't know. I was feeling Persona 4. So that's why we've got Heartbeat Heartbreak on in the background. What's up, everybody in the chat right now? Oh my god. Today was a pretty interesting day. I woke up sick again. I got like sick yesterday. I had a bit of a minor cold, but medicine is good. So I'm okay now. Today was an interesting day. It was very interesting. JoJo episode is really good. Like always, the JoJo episode is always extremely good. There's never a bad JoJo episode when it comes to Vento Aureo. Like, it's honestly perfect at this point. I can't ask for more out of Vento Aureo. I don't think I haven't been disappointed by it actually. In today's episode, Grateful Dead Part 1, God tier, like extremely good. So actually, there's a couple things, man, with the episode that was just like great. And I know over the last couple episodes and the last couple streams and stuff, we've been seeing more like gore and like stuff like that, and like nasty shit, quote unquote, right? In fights. But after today, dude, there's literally no more doubts ever. And I know I said this a couple weeks ago, but there's 100% no doubts in my mind that Metallica is gonna be a fine fight. There's not gonna be like any issues with like any of the blood or anything like that. There's not gonna be any censorship, and if there is, oh well. But I doubt it. So we're gonna put images on screen now. We'll be seeing it soon. And I also came to a shocking discovery. And that shocking discovery is, I don't know if you guys watch One Piece at all or read One Piece. I read it, but I've seen it. Oh yeah, this right here, Pesci getting his finger shot off, them showing it. Yeah, that was some shit. That was sick. Look at this. Like, you can see his finger bleeding out, and them freaking out about it. I doubt they're gonna censor anything, but I came to the shocking discovery that Sex Pistols, The Stand, and Pika from the One Piece series have the same voice actor. After hearing Sex Pistols talk today, I don't know why, but for some reason it took like this long. I guess I didn't notice too much the first time we heard them speaking, but they sound exactly like Pika, which is also Kamoshida from Persona 5 and the Supreme Kai in Dragon Ball Z. So vocal ranges from voice actors is always impressive, but that was just like a shocking discovery to me. So the episode starts and we're back on the train with some more Grateful Dead action. We get to see Mista start shooting shit immediately, and right off the gate, Mista ends up getting himself hurt because that's what happens. But he shoots Pesci, shoots his finger off, and like that shit, man. Oof. It's so good in the sense that it's like, yo, like I don't have any other words for it other than raw. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the raw energy that comes off of it is so sick. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's so hype. Like, you see him get a finger shot off, and it's like, well, now you have to continue the fight, having just gotten like part of your finger just shot off. Like, poor Pesci, man, poor Pesci. But he's a bad guy, so he has to get bodied anyways. Even though he's a big idiot. And I forget what the word is. The screenshot was just on screen. I'm gonna look this up right now on my end. What's his face? Prosciutto called him something. He called him Mamoni. I'm pretty sure that's like some insult in Italian. If any of you guys know what Mamoni means, let me know in the chat. I don't know what that means. It sounds like moron, but I'm pretty sure it's not moron. And maybe it is moron. I don't know. I didn't look it up. Oh, it's Mama's boy. Okay, that makes sense. That's he called him a mama's boy. It's like it makes perfect sense in context. Pesci's a giant baby and Prosciutto's like a grown-ass man, and he's like, you know, you got to be confident in yourself. And I always liked that dynamic about the two of them. He's like, you know, I believe in you. I love you, bro. But you got to not be a bitch about shit. Especially when we're like in the middle of a really important fight. Because Prosciutto aged himself to trick Mista so that he could directly age him by touching him with the Grateful Dead. Which Grateful Dead is so broken. And then he actually gets really close to Mista. He touches Mista, and this ages him way faster than just aging him through the air, because it's direct contact. And then after this, Mista just is like, you know, fuck, he's old, he can't do anything. And then he takes Mista's gun, and he's like, look, Pesci, we're not playing games. You can't just say you're gonna kill somebody and not do it. And then he shoots Mista 3 times in the head, point blank range. And it's like, that was so sick. And it's always been something that I've really liked about this fight. Because it's ridiculous, man. Like, you know, it's one of those things where, again, Vento Aureo is reminding you, hey, this is some serious shit. And it's just like such a big, I don't even want to say like a big upgrade from tone in JoJo, because JoJo's always been like really crazy, and they have that moment where it's like, oh, this is some serious stuff. But Vento Aureo was like that all the time, where in some JoJo fights, it's like, there's not as much tension, you know? Like, against some of the smaller stands, there's not much tension. Like, there's a lot of tension in some fights that you wouldn't really pay much attention to, or you wouldn't, like, feel, I guess, the tension in the sense that most stuff ends out okay anyways, and including the villain. Like, with Akira in Part 4, with Red Hot Chili Peppers, it's like, oh, shit. Like, when it's first introduced right away, you know, he gets rid of Keicho, Okuyasu's brother, and it's like, oh damn, like that's messed up. That's really like crazy. It's intense. But then he like fights him later on, and you think Okuyasu's like gonna get killed for a second, but then he's perfectly fine, and it's like, haha, we're okay. But this is just like, look, man, you can't be a crybaby. And then he shoots Mista in the head, and they didn't censor this either. Like, look at this shit. Given it's not like it's super duper detailed and like you can see the inside of his brain or anything like that. But the Sex Pistols is like fucking coming out of the bullet hole in his head, because Sex Pistols is the GOAT, and this is number 5 in particular, that was like all right when all this happened. But he went and he actually took all the bullets out of Mista's head, and he kept that one piece of ice in his hat. So shout out to Mista for being a genius and keeping ice in his hat, because again, well, I haven't said this before, actually, but I want people to give Mista credit for being smart in battle. And most of the Vento Aureo crew are really smart in battle. They're always looking out for everything, and they do things where it's like, this is intentional, like Bucciarati does in the fight, which has always been one of my favorite things about this. Bucciarati's a crazy-ass dude, man. Bucciarati's just like, oh, you think I won't do it? Like, he's that guy, you know? I was that guy, and in, like, middle school and high school, it was like, oh, you bet I won't do it? And then I would do some stupid shit. Given everybody was like, oh, you won't do it. I was that guy. Bucciarati's that guy, but to the extreme. And I just wish people would pay more attention to that and give it more credit to the characters for being able to just be like, okay, this is a possibility for later on. I might need this. And it's like he just keeps ice in his hat, and because he kept the ice in his hat, number 5 is able to keep him from aging super duper duper fast, given he already aged really fast, but it helps out a bit. And using that same piece of ice, he was able to get number 6, I believe, to go into Coco Jumbo and contact Bucciarati and warn him about Pesci and Prosciutto, saying there's 2 stand users, and explaining the situation and, you know, letting him know Mista's down. And then Bucciarati comes out after they go to search for him, and Bucciarati puts in a ton of work. Like, Bucciarati was so sick, man, in this episode. And in this fight in particular, we're going to get the Arrivederci next week. I can't wait. Fellas, that is going to be some crazy shit right there. Like, it's going to be so sick. It's going to be really nice to see that animated. Next week, I'm probably going to do the stream during the afternoon, because I want to watch the episode as soon as it comes out. So I got to wake up a little earlier. And if I wasn't feeling sick today, I would have done it as soon as the episode came out. But I just wasn't feeling too well, honestly, which is why I waited until now to do it. But also streaming at night is kind of cool, because some of you guys are available now compared to like 1 p.m. where, you know, people are in school or doing other stuff or at work or something. So not everybody can come through, but having the night crew is cool. Also time zones. Time zones are always weird. But it was around this point when Sex Pistols was getting pulled in by the hook that I heard the Pika voice, and I was like, oh, it's Pika. And that's when I came to that realization. Pechi, man. Pechi is definitely like a giant baby. Had he not been a bad guy or gotten like sucked into all this, he would have probably been like a funny character. But he's still funny regardless, actually. And stuff like this, him freaking out, all he did was see Sex Pistols, and he put away Beach Boy, and Prosciutto's yelling at him about it, like, dude, you can't be doing shit like that. Like, you can't just put your stand away because you see the enemy stand. Like, what kind of shit is that? And that's when he calls him Mamori. Or Mamoni, or however you say it. I don't know why I said Mamori. I feel like in Japanese he says Mamori. That shit, man. It's like, you put your stand away for 2 seconds, and then you get your finger shot. And he also got shot in the palm. Looks like he was going to almost get his pointer finger shot off, too. Pechi redemption next episode. Yeah, shit gets intense. But like when Bucciarati goes into the driver's room or whatever in the train, the front cabin, when he comes out, man, the shit got like so sick. Also, this was really dope. This screenshot right here, it's like pretty much parallel to the manga panel of it, where Mista's like, you know, I'm gonna count to 2. You better tell me about your boy or I'm gonna shoot you. But you actually see Prosciutto under the table in the shot. In the manga, I don't think that they have Prosciutto on screen at all. Maybe he's in the corner. But you actually see him like right there. This looks pretty hot. Mista's like 60 right now. Mista's cool though. That's my guy. But Bucciarati, man, never fails to be a cool character. R.I.P. Mista. Nah, he's fine. Don't worry. I don't want to scare anime onlys that might think, oh, are they going to kill Mista that fast? No, trust me, for any anime onlys watching this that might watch it at a later point, Mista will be okay. Nothing's going to happen to Mista. Get used to seeing him get shot. That's a normal thing. For some reason, it happens. Love Pesci, but I wish he still had his green lipstick and nails. Did he have green lips in the manga? I don't remember that. They removed Prosciutto holding the plate of meat and veggies. Did they? And he had the ice. He was chewing ice. Trying to keep himself cool. But Bucciarati came out from the zipper and shit. And he started putting in work. Like when he kicked Pesci in the head against the glass and it cracked the glass, I was like, yo, like, that was Bucciarati's foot. That wasn't him using sticky fingers. He just kicked him in the head that hard that he cracked the glass. Like, that glass is probably really strong because it's in the front of a train. So, like, unless the train crashes or something, I don't think that glass is going to break or, like, you know, maybe they're bulletproof. I don't know if glass on the front of a train, the glass screen is bulletproof. But, like, you got to be really damn strong to kick somebody's head against the glass and, like, the impact of his head hitting the glass is what shatters it. Like, Bucciarati's a god. That shit is so sick, man. It's so godlike. Google old Prosciutto. He's holding a plate of meat when he grabs Mista. The sounds Pesci's skin makes. Dude, all the sound design in this is amazing. I haven't talked about this on stream, and I'll talk about it now. I'm making a video on sound design. First, I'm going to finish the part 6 video. I've come to the conclusion that I'm not ever going to be satisfied with trying to script it. So I'm just going to give like raw commentary on that and just let my thoughts go. Or else the video is never going to happen. And I want the video to happen. So I'm just going to give my raw thoughts on everything. And I still have like, you know, my script and bullet points and notes and stuff like that. Because I've been looking into all the stuff from part 6 to speak about everything that I enjoy about it. And that's taken me a while. But I'm going to do something on sound design. Because I think the sound design is something that needs to be appreciated more. And sound design in this episode, man, it was so sick. Like, Bucciarati is over here smacking up Prosciutto and Pesci, and like, you hear the crunch to the hits. Like, he gets hit, you can like hear it and feel that shit. Like, there's impact to it. And then he punches Prosciutto into the metal, and the metal dents in the back, and it makes that clang sound. It's all like donk. And you hear like the metal clanging around and stuff. Like, the sound design is so great. Peshu could get his lipstick when he kills his first guy, kind of like deal with Joseph. Yeah, that's your rite of passage. You don't get to wear lipstick until you kill somebody, because after you kill somebody, then you can be like, you know, I killed somebody. I can do what I want. Nah, you can wear lipstick if you want. Who cares? You can do what you want anyways, but Pesci's got to prove himself a man. The way Pesci yells Beach Boy was everything I wanted. Pesci's voice is really good. It sounds like he ate the gum, the Gumu Gumu no Mi. Yeah, man. His skin is like stretchy and like rubbery sounding. This episode turned anime onlys into Bruno stands. Anime only should have already been Bruno stands, but definitely by next week, anime onlys are probably going to be like, yeah, Bruno's my favorite character after the Arrivederci. Tied for best Joe, bro. I see Bucciarati as the Polnareff of the group, if that makes any sense. He's like the second main character, you know? And then I'd say Mista is the Joe, bro, because he's like the friendliest to Giorno outside of Bruno. Like, Mista's always with Giorno. Mista's with Giorno in a lot of fights. And he's like, he gets along with them, you know? Have I noticed in the manga JoJo characters walk on their tiptoes? Yeah, they do that sometimes. That's really weird. I think it's just an Araki thing. It's like, we'll have them walk on their tiptoes. And also, the sounds that Grateful Dead makes, it has this like primal ass, like growling ass sound to it. Kind of like how Purple Haze has that like Purple Haze was like growling and shit. A couple weeks ago, right? It was all, you know, and shit like that. And the Grateful Dead was all, you know, like, I don't know how you recreate those sounds, but it was like on some demonic screeching shit. It was really creepy and so good. It was so good. Amazing. Absolutely top tier. I have, like, I don't know how many words I could use to describe it other than goat raw goat. Goat being greatest of all time. And raw is like a New York thing. It became like Twitter lingo. But it's just like, oh, that's raw. Like, it's just cool. You know, it's just like, it's got raw energy. It's sick. You just look at it and it just makes you like jittery and excited and happy and like, ugh. You know? Grateful Dead sounds mechanical when it punches. It's like, its sound effects are so good. And it's nice to see it like throwing hands with sticky fingers, which by the way is probably one of the coolest things about this. Bucciarati's fighting at full force, and he's going ham because he's like, you know, I can't let him kill everybody else. I can't let him get to Trish. Bucciarati's mentality is, you know, I'm not gonna let you hurt Trish. That's first priority, but I'm not gonna let you hurt the rest of my boys either. Which is why Bucciarati's great. Because it's funny, before that, Prosciutto was being really cocky and stuff because Bruno got closer and let himself kind of get like grabbed and stuff so that he could actually take Prosciutto with him off the train, because that's his goal right now. He's like, if I can get you off this train, I'm fine. And then it's like everybody else will wake up because they'll stop getting aged and they'll come and we'll fuck you up. Is basically what he was saying. Is before that, Prosciutto got all cocky and shit. And he's like, you know, you're an idiot. You're gonna accelerate. You're aging. And he's like, you're a bad capo, and you shouldn't do that. Like, Prosciutto, man, you messed up. You came at this boy's neck. You was talking mad shit about Bucciarati. You came at his rank. You said that he isn't anything. You said he sucks. Like, Prosciutto was talking mad shit. And it was fucking like, well, you did it to yourself now. Then Bucciarati's like, I'm gonna take you off this train. He got himself all close to Prosciutto and stuff. And he zipped out, and that's where the episode ended, with them just like zipping off the train, which is so sick. Are zippers cooler, or does Bruno just make them look cool? Okay. I'm wearing a hoodie right now, right? It has a zipper. If I zip the zipper, you know, you've got the... See, I have sticky fingers, guys. You hear that? Look, I can punch my desk. Right? And then, look at that. I made a hole come out. I've got zippers. Zippers are cool. They're convenient. I have a jacket with pockets that has zippers. A leather jacket. It's really cozy. And his zipper pockets are deep, so zippers are cool. It's sad that after this badass arc, we get stuck with Babyface. Oh, Babyface is sick. Malone is really cool. I agree. Malone sucks. I don't know why that's your name in chat. It's funny. Bruno made soccer mom haircuts look cool. Bruno can pull it off. Bruno's haircut is really weird, but he looks cool. That's how most JoJo characters are, though. They have, like, really weird hair. Like, Pechi looks like a little executor. He looks like a tree. He is literally built like a tree. He has, like, a pineapple head, you know. He looks like SpongeBob's house. Prosciutto's haircut is pretty cool. Except, like, the sides are kind of weird. But it's not as bad as Pechi. Pechi's, like... Pechi's literally a giant pineapple. It's really ugly. Is that a bun on the top of his head, or what is that lump? If you're talking about Prosciutto, he's got, like, his hair tied in the back and stuff like that. And I don't know why he has the line going in the back. I think that's, like, the ugly part of the haircut. Everything else is just, like, whatever. It's fine. I know Mista didn't die, but damn, when he got shot, it was sad. Dude, it was so sick. Oh, you're talking about Bruno? Bruno has, like, a bun. He has, like, these, like, things in his hair. But yeah, it was really sad when Mista got shot. It's like, you see him get shot 3 times in the head, point blank range. It's like, big oof. Ouch. That shit hurted. Could 3 members from Hitman team be able to beat the boss? Ooh. Ooh hoo hoo hoo. Risotto was a big threat. That's why insert spoilers happen. Giacho is really strong. But Giacho against the boss would have to be like a really specific scenario to where his freezing, because his freezing is really fast too. I gotta take that into account. Giacho could freeze people like ridiculously fast, and if you're completely frozen, you're just gonna die. Because he can literally bring your body temperature to like below freezing in like milliseconds. Giacho is really broken, so maybe Giacho could do it. Prosciutto's stand itself is really strong. He would just have to be in like a scenario like this, but Prosciutto would have to go undetected for a long time for the boss to not kill him, because the boss has just like, with his stand, he has straight up raw power also. And it's like, if he catches you in his range, it's over. You're gone. He also has other advantages, which I don't want to talk about right now because I don't want to spoil anime only. So you guys know how it is on the streams. I'm trying to avoid some of those, because sometimes we do end up talking about it. Few minor-ish spoilers, but I don't want to go too much into that. But I think Prosciutto, Nero, and Giacho could do it. They're definitely all really capable. Wish we could see Giacho and Prosciutto perform an assassination. It'd just be them both yelling at each other. It would be like Giacho trying to freeze people and Prosciutto trying to age them, but they would make a good team though. Depending on who does what first, because like if Prosciutto were to just age people very quickly, then it would be like, you know, they're disabled. Now Giacho can just like go in for the kill, or Prosciutto could go in for the kill, or Giacho could just freeze them after that, because his stand would like go against the whole thing of Grateful Dead with cooling down their bodies. But Giacho would also, yeah, Giacho wouldn't be affected by the stand, so that would be like really good for him to be able to go in. And he could also most likely help out Prosciutto in not aging as fast, because Prosciutto's also aging, but he ages the slowest because it's his stand ability. That's how that works. But they would be good. They would be good. And going back to what you were saying earlier, Patrick, yeah, Mista getting shot was extremely sad. Like, this right here, hearing number 5 crying and, like, begging for Mista, saying, like, you know, like, don't die on me, like, come back and stuff. It was like, damn. And again, it's one of those things where you see the severity of the situation. And it's like, one of our main characters almost got killed. And he's barely hanging in there. And that's just like, wow. It's crazy. This episode, man. Episode was nuts. It was so good. I enjoyed every bit of it. I couldn't ask for anything else out of it. Like, honestly, it did everything that I wanted it to do really well. And next week's episode is going to be even better, because it's going to be the end of the fight. And that's when you have Punch Barrage. And Punch Barrage is always really cool. I like seeing people get punched a bajillion times. It's always funny. It's sick. And it's definitely going to be super sick next week when we get the Arrivederci. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so awesome. So you're just gonna hear adi 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 like a bajillion times, and you're gonna see the hits and the crunch from the hits. Like Bucciarati's hits, man, when he punches, there's just like that crunch sound to it. It's just like That's why Polnareff's fights were the best, since he almost died in most of his fights. Same goes for a lot of Part 5 fights. Yeah, I get that. And again, it's one of those things where the severity of the situation is like, you either live or you die. So you have to give everything your all and use everything that you have to your advantage. And that's why Part 5 fights are so sick. Everything is a fight to the death. So it's not like in other parts where like, oh, they just like fight one guy and they just like knock him out, beat him up or something, make him like retire away from, you know, fighting, because it's like, yeah, I don't want to get hurt. You get stuff like that. But then Part 5 is just like, yeah, no, you will die. This episode didn't have much Duang animation. Dude, this episode was animated really well. It was great. They did a lot of the close-ups that I always like when they color swap and shit. And they have everything with a really good shading, similar to the manga, with like all the dark lines on their faces and stuff like that. They did that a lot this episode. Polnareff played a similar role to Mista's in Part 3. Yes and no. Because like I get what you're saying, but Polnareff is also in that Bucciarati category where he's like damn near the second main character of the part. Because Polnareff gets a lot of screen time and he's really important to a lot of stuff that goes on. And then he's there for a lot of the crazy stuff. And he's the first one to experience Dio, which is pretty damn terrifying if you ask me. It's like everybody else gets there and he's like, look, Dio, he's up the stairs, and Dio just like flies back away. And he's like, whoop. After getting brought down those stairs over and over again. I'll always laugh at that one gif that somebody made with like the 3D animation of Dio bringing Polnareff down the stairs. It's always so funny. That one is really good. This fight, man, it's a good fight. I know everybody always goes, it's one of the greatest fights in Dragon Ball, or Dragon Ball. I saw something Dragon Ball related on Twitter just now. People are talking about Broly. By the way, go watch Dragon Ball Super Broly. The movie is god tier. But it definitely is one of the best fights in JoJo. It's a favorite. And the anime is just making it look so much cooler. Because seeing stuff like this get animated is like when the anime does a good job in terms of actually animating it, right? Like everything is fluid, everything looks really nice, it's appealing, the colors look great, the music is awesome, and then the voice acting. Like I'll stress, I can't stress this enough, dude. Like I will always talk about how important sound design is, and today's episode of JoJo is just one of my points. Like it's one of the things that I'll just show people, and I'm like, oh, you want good sound design, watch this episode, and like look at everything and listen to it, and you'll see what I mean when I say that sound design is important. And like it really makes moments different, you know? Like you have really quiet crying from number 5 when it's trying to bring back Mista, and it's like, oh, I sent number 6 to Bucciarati, and he's like crying and stuff, and he's holding the ice up to his head. Like there's like the sad music, there's Mista's voice like fading out because he's really weak and like damn near dead. You know, stuff like that is just like, it's important. Sound design is so important. Pecci and Prosciutto's voices conveyed great emotion. Exactly. How many bullets would you guess Mista probably holds in his hat? He used 12 in this episode. Prosciutto used 3 of those 12. He keeps like a good amount in his hat. I just wonder where he gets all his bullets from. Like, is he constantly restocking? Like, how many bullets does he have? Does he have a shit ton of bullets in his boots? You know, he always has enough for fights. So, Mista's definitely got a supply of bullets somewhere. So I think they'll animate the boss's ability properly. I have been talking with Medi about this recently, while we've just been like sitting around on Discord and stuff, just like chilling and shit. Because we were actually talking about this the other day, and how like the games handle animating the boss's ability. And I want them to do a good job with it in the anime. I think they will. I really hope they do. The games have this thing where they have this like red effect of showing some of the stuff that it does, and I think that red effect works in some scenarios, like All-Star Battle's way of showing the stand ability is really weird. But Eyes of Heaven definitely does a better job at it. And I hope that they don't confuse anybody with the way it works. Because I already have people going back to the King Crimson videos, the 2 King Crimson videos that I made. And like, they're all, you know, oh my god, this and that, how does this work? Or they're just like confused about it. Yeah, we don't need more It Just Works. If you want to hear It Just Works, go watch Medi's stand explanation videos. There's your It Just Works. Those are good. But I think that they'll do a good job with the stand ability. I hope it's not too complicated. Hopefully it kills the It Just Works meme. I hope it does too. I haven't seen it in a long time anyways. Like, I haven't actually seen anybody being all, excuse me. I haven't seen anybody being all, oh, it just works, a bunch of times. But hopefully it doesn't happen. I think they can do a good job. They've done a good job with everything else, you know? Like, look at what they've done with just this episode was God tier. I don't see why everything else won't be God tier. Everything before this episode has been God tier. So I'm expecting them to keep this streak rolling, you know? I go into everything with like no expectations other than like, oh, we're gonna see this episode. And maybe that's it. That's my only expectation ever for watching an episode. It's just like, are they gonna show this? Are they gonna show that? You know, it's just like pacing stuff. But I keep no expectations, so I can't get disappointed. That's how you gotta handle life, guys. Have no expectations for things, and then you can't get disappointed. It's a proven fact. But hopefully they do a really good job of animating it. I think people don't understand with it is Epitaph. If it doesn't have a bangs, can you still forecast the future or no? They don't really show it outside of that. In like a couple scenarios, it's like, you know, you can see. I want them to give a simple yet easy to understand explanation. They probably, yeah, that's another thing too. It's the anime, so maybe he will like actually explain it with good subtitles. I hope the subtitles aren't like, oh my god, that's gonna be, oh, now you're making me upset. Because now I'm thinking, what if they get bad subs for it and then it becomes confusing? Because people are gonna be like, well, the anime says, and then it's like, well, this is what the manga says. And then it's just like, well, actually, and then everybody just points to their King Crimson video because there's like a million of them. I've made 2. Medi has 1. X-Force has 1. Caleb has 1. Probably a bunch of other people that make JoJo videos have them. I think Psychic has a King Crimson video also. I can't remember if he does or doesn't. He could probably still use it. Next Friday, RE2 and a new JoJo. RE2 is next Friday. Damn. And then Kingdom Hearts is like a couple days after. Woo! Which, again, I really got to sit down and crunch out a bunch of videos. Just so that when Kingdom Hearts comes out, because I'll still stream that Friday. Of course, for the JoJo episode. But like, videos, dude? Videos might slow down once Kingdom Hearts comes out for like 2 or 3 days. Like, I'm probably just not gonna do anything because I'm not gonna be on Twitter or anything. I'm not gonna be on, well, I'll probably be on Discord. Like, I'm just gonna be playing the game. So I'm not gonna do shit else aside from playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm letting y'all know that right now. And I'm expecting everybody that's playing Kingdom Hearts to also be binging it, unless you're like gonna be, I don't know, in school or something. Is probably the only time you're not playing it. But if you're not in school or working, then like, you need to just play that game. Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be really good. It's gonna be great. But we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts. We're talking about Vento Aureo. Which, by the way, we pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about in the episode. It was a great first part of the fight. Shout out to my boy Mista getting shot. That stuff was like really tough to look at and be like, damn, because I love Mista. He's my favorite Part 5 character. One of my favorite JoJo characters in general. He's like top 5 for me. And it's sad to see it happen, you know? It's always sad to see your favorite get body bagged in some way or another. But he's all good, so that's when I I know, you know, he's gonna be good, so I'm fine with it. New opening when? I was talking about this yesterday in the Discord, which, by the way, if you guys are in the stream, you're not in the Discord, you can join the Discord. The link is in the bottom of the description, somewhere over there, in there. But what you call it? We were talking about it in the Discord, and it's like, the release for the song is supposed to be like March 10th, I think, or March 21st or something. Corner had posted it in the Discord. I'm gonna see if I can find it. March 27th is when the single for the new opening, which is called Uragiri Mono no Requiem, and it's gonna come out March 27th. So maybe when March 27th hits, we will get the opening too. I'm gonna see. March 27th is a Wednesday. That means my birthday is gonna be on Saturday this year. Huh. Yeah, because my birthday's the 30th. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you guys want to get me something for my birthday, I'm kidding. All I want is your guys' support. That's good enough. I think Part 4 did it at episode 17. Box said it. Yeah, it says March 27th is when the single is gonna get released. And it's called Uragiri Mono no Requiem. So that makes me wonder how far they're gonna wait. Like, they've got Requiem in the opening. Like, are we gonna get Requiem stand teasers? Are we gonna see more stuff with that? It's probably gonna have teasers for it because it's got Requiem in the opening, and it makes me wonder if we're gonna get a third opening like Diamond is Unbreakable. If the second opening has already got Requiem in the title, like, what? How do you upgrade from that? You're already bringing the standards, and like you're setting the standards so high. Like, the bar is high after that. Uragiri Mono no Requiem means Requiem of the Betrayed, something along those lines. That's pretty sick. That's a sick name, and it's also pretty fitting. Probably after the boat stuff, they'll first appear for Squalo and Tajano. I could see it being there. Or like when they get to the part before that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think that's when we will get the opening switch. I swear this new JoJo opening has a units version like all the JoJo singers. It will definitely, like, whatever the last opening is going to be, is probably going to have a version with all the singers, because they've been doing that since, like, part 3. That'll be great. And we'll get that. And then we're going to get the version of the opening in, like, the last episode, where it's got the main villain stand in it doing stuff. So that's going to be a sick opening, too. Do you think they'll incorporate the boss's ability in the opening? Like, yeah, they always do that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be great. It's going to be sick. I wonder what they're going to do with it, like how they're going to do it, but it's definitely going to be a thing, and it's going to be sick. Like, extremely sick. What music can we change to? I'm getting tired of Heartbreak. It's a good song, though. Just hearing it for so long, man, like, it gets stuck in your head, and then it's like, oof. You know what? Yeah, this is a banger. I'm gonna turn this up. It's really quiet, actually. I don't know how loud it is on your guys' end, though. I'm gonna turn it up to, like, here. This is a banger. This is the options music from Dragon Ball Z Budokai. One of the best Dragon Ball games ever, and one of the best anime games ever made. Don't at me. It's really good. And it's stupid good. That game is awesome. That was Persona 4 music that was just playing. That was Heartbeat Heartbreak from Persona 4. It's one of the map themes. Which is best? Like, best Dragon Ball game? I'm gonna say Fighters, because I like fighting games, and that game is really fun and really good. Unrelated, but I hope the anime confirms stuff about those. Those SeaWorld gays. Tajano and Squalo. SeaWorld gays. That's definitely quite the nickname to give them. I mean, they were upfront with Gelato and Sorbet being gay. Like, Illuso was straight up like, yo, they fuck. So we'll probably get the same thing with them. Like, it'll probably confirm it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like, what you'll call it. It'll just show them and they'll be like kissing or some shit. Scenes where Prosciutto is just rubbing Pesci's head were so funny. Yeah, he was babying him. He called him a baby's boy. And then he had to reassure. He's like, no, man, I got you, little bro. I hope the new opening has a upbeat theme akin to Great Days, despite the event of what happens. Here's my thing. I get the whole upbeat thing and wanting to be happy. And that 100% would be, like, really different and weird in comparison. But I don't want an upbeat theme. I want everything to be like super duper intense and like grim and dark and crazy and wild and like exciting. And I also don't like Great Days a lot. I've said this before, but it's my least favorite JoJo opening out of all of them. Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town was really good. I don't know why I always say bizarre like that. Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. I just got so used to saying it because of the opening. But that opening is really good. Chase is probably like one of the best JoJo openings because all the JoJo openings are great, even Great Days. I just don't like it a lot compared to the rest. I think it's kind of whack in comparison. But I want this to be some like super, super, super edgy shit. Yeah, I agree. Like I want like next opening, like the Requiem opening, I want it to have some like crazy ass guitar in it and stuff and be like real intense. Like Fighting Gold is like really intense and exciting. Every single time I'm watching episodes, I always sit down and I watch the opening, and I always get super excited and super pumped up whenever I hear Fighting Gold. Like I sing along and shit, you know? I get into it. Same with the ending. The ending's great. I hope they keep the ending for the entire part. And also, this is a funny ass screenshot. Bruno separating his head to dodge the punch is iconic. But it just looks funny in the anime. That's understandable, Raphael. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. Can't please everybody. But yeah, Great Days is my least favorite opening. My favorite opening is... I say that Fighting Gold is the best opening, both like visually and the song, as of now. Because I don't know how good this next opening is going to be. But my favorite opening out of all of them is Sonochi no Kyoku, which is End of the World, which is whatchamacallit. It's Stars Crusaders opening 2. The one where Dio stops the opening, you know, and he's all Zawarudo and he punches the screen and stuff and all the cool shit happens. That opening is like probably my favorite one. It's really good. Great Days fits the wholesome stuff at the end of part 4. But part 5 is really dark and bittersweet. Yeah, I think it's going to be some like really crazy shit. I would also be fine with like some like sadder, like slower paced, like, I don't know, whatever, with like violins and stuff in it. That would be like really cool. Some like bittersweet ass music. Could be fitting. Oh man, Raph, that's funny. That's funny. It'd be like that. But that's me with Sonochi no Kyoku. That opening rocks. Thank you, Yoshi, for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Hope you stick around and you enjoy the stuff. We do things on here. When is Gangster's Paradise coming as the ending? I mean, it's just gangsta music. I don't think they're gonna do anything with that. It'll be weird. It'll be funny because it would be like, oh, hey, look, the Gangster's Paradise, haha, it's meme. It's here. It's actually like real, haha. And that would be like cool. But I don't know. I like things the way they are now. You don't know how they'll top Fighting Gold. That's how I feel about a lot of stuff. And then they just like, they always do better. And that's when I'm like impressed by it, you know? It's like always, hey, how do you top this? And then they top it. And then it's like, wow, I didn't know they were going to be able to do that. And then they do it. You know? So I think that they will be fine. You can do it again. Do you ever get attached to a certain JoJo part because you were going through a great time in your life? That's why parts 3 and 4 are my favorite personally. No, because I got into JoJo all at once when my life wasn't really doing anything. I had a ton of free time, so I just sat down and binged JoJo. So no, not really. That's how I feel about other things. I get that feeling 100%. Like, when I think about the Sasuke retrieval arc in Naruto, like, I was a little kid, so I didn't really have, like, any responsibilities or anything, and it was, like, go to school, you know, get good grades, and then, like, come home, play video games, go to church and stuff. Like, that's what I did. And I was just, like, watch TV and stuff. So, like, times like that, yeah. Like, that's how I feel about the Naruto Sasuke retrieval arc. Because I would come back from school, and, you know, Toonami would happen and shit on the weekends, and I would always watch the episodes, and it was just, like, really exciting. And everything was just, like, simple. So that's how I feel about that. Like, that just nostalgic feeling. Really, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just nostalgia for it. But I can't say I feel the same way about JoJo entirely. Certain arcs, maybe. It's like, oh, I remembered, like, experiencing this for the first time. Like, when I first got to Ringo Road again in Part 7. That'll always be something that, like, sticks with me. You know, it'll be like, oh, shit, that's so sick. And it's like, that will always stick with me. But parts as a whole, not really. But I get that. I get that feeling. I'm the only person that doesn't like Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. I stopped saying Bizarre. I always say it like they do in the opening. You're not the only one. I forget who it was I was on Discord with, but they didn't like it. We had a conversation about it, and it was like talking about all the openings. And it's fine not liking it. I just think the Great Days is actually the only whack opening. The final version of Great Days is really cool, though. Like the Bites the Dust version, the one that has like everybody singing in it, it's really cool. That one is good. So I think they'll use CG for the horses in Part 7. I don't think they're going to hand animate horses for the entire part, or they're going to look really bad. And it would be like cheaper for them to use CG, because the CG is actually less expensive. At least allegedly. That's what people always say. I don't know how true that is, because I'm not an animator. Apparently CG is cheaper, which is why you always see bad CG adaptations, because it's like, this is more affordable than getting people to draw this with their hands. Well, even though they're still like digitally doing stuff, you get the point. But they probably would have to CG the they would have to CG the horses, because the whole thing is a horse race. So unless like the few parts where they're not on horses, you're gonna see horses all the time. Berserk's anime, like the new one, the old Berserk anime from the 90s is cool. Berserk's new anime just sucks. Like, I'm so upset because I love Berserk. Berserk is like one of my top, that's definitely top 5 favorite manga for me, actually. It's really good. You guys should read Berserk. Not for the faint of heart. Definitely some crazy stuff in there. And not even just people that are like, her dirt Eclipse. No, because the Eclipse is a lot of messed up shit, but Berserk has way worse stuff than that. Like, really messed up shit. Uganda Knuckles in the chat. What's up? How you doing? The wait will return. I'm sorry. The wait will return. Yeah. David Pro does a great job with CG. Like, there's CG sprinkled in here and there and everywhere, and like the CG openings for like the parts like 1 through 3. Like, I think they could do it. 3 and 4 stuck with me. Summer was coming up soon. I had just gone on a graduation trip. Oh, see, I get that. You were just like, I'm free, and then you were binging through it. So yeah, that's good. I get that. But like, they have there's CG in Part 5. You know? I can see the steel balls being CG. Look at the way that they animate the bullets. Like, from any gun, with like, whether it be Excuse me. Whether it be from Aerosmith or Sex Pistols, like they'll go from like 2D animated to CG in some shots. I'm not in college. I've been thinking about wanting to go to college because it's like, sure, you know, for like the experience of being like, hey, you know, I've gone through college and stuff. But college is expensive, and I don't know what I want to do yet as an adult, like what I want my career path to be. So I don't want to waste time in college because, you know, time is money, money is time. And they will charge you for everything. So I don't want to put myself in like crazy debt and stuff like that. Not to bash anybody that goes to college. If you go to college, go ahead. If you have all the money for it, you know, I don't know if you have like a really wealthy family and you can just like not worry about that stuff, then fine. Go. Do what you want, you know, your life. But I do think it would be cool. But I don't know what I would do yet, so I'm waiting. Aside from YouTube, not really. I've been trying to get like a part-time and stuff. I just haven't had any luck. That's why I have a lot of free time for this stuff, though, so it's pretty cool. It evens out. Crazy Debtman. Yeah, dude, debt is scary. Debt is really scary. Do I think BIG is going to be CG? That is a good question. I'm also going to look at BIG's stand design right now, because it's been a while since I've seen it. I remember what it looks like, but I want to see the entire thing because it gets bigger and bigger. It grows. Here's small BIG. Here's big BIG. Small, big, big, big. I could see BIG being CG or being CG when it gets bigger until they get rid of BIG at the end. But BIG will probably be a really cool. BIG will probably be a really cool fight in the anime. I think that's gonna be sick. Best minor villain from Part 3. I gotta look at JoJo Part 3 minor villains because I want to remember all of them. Just so I'm not like cutting anybody out. Okay. Oh, Mariah's great. I love Mariah. Mariah's really sick. The Oingo Boingo brothers are funny. I love Oingo. Is the Oingo the small one? No, Boingo. Boingo's the small one. With Thoth. He's great. Infamous fat or infamous large. Well, because considering we have Coco large for Coco Jumbo, I wonder what they're gonna do with BIG's name. That's gonna be funny. Endul is really good. Like, he's underrated. I want to make a video on Endul one day because I think he's really cool. And he's underrated. And it's also funny, like the irony that the blind guy damages Kakyoin's eyes. It's like, I can't see. I'm going to make you not be able to see for a while and hurt your vision too. And I don't know why people are always like, oh, Kakyoin became blind after that. Even though Kakyoin comes back with like the glasses and stuff and he sees everything that's going on. Like, I don't know where they're getting the whole Kakyoin is blind thing from. That's always been something that's really weird to me. Who else is in here? Steely Dan is sick. Steely Dan is a piece of shit, but he's great. Okay, best antagonist is Whole Horse. There you go. It's self-plug because, you know, my stream, my videos. Go watch my Whole Horse video. I forget what it was called, but I have a video on Whole Horse. I'm pretty sure I made a video on Whole Horse. I think I did a video on Whole Horse. I feel like I did. Maybe I just made a video on antagonists and Whole Horse was the main focus, but I definitely have talked about him. I think that, Whole Horse is really good. Whole Horse is mad sick. Vanilla Ice is also really cool. Carne is gonna be... Carne is... When he's on screen, man, it's gonna be funny. The rubber guy wasn't too cool, but he did bring the Rero. Oh, Rubber Soul. He was okay. Favorite part? Part 6. Easy. Easy money. Favorite part 6, minor antagonist. Probably one of Dio's kids. Ricky L's really good. The Sky High fight is one of like the coolest fights. I think it's really underrated. Like extremely underrated. Aizen is the same voice of Vanilla Ice. Oh, I didn't know that. I never really like paid attention to that, so that's pretty cool. I could see it. But Rikiel is great. Rikiel's fight, Sky High fight, is like underrated greatness. IMO. Who else is really good? God, part 6 is like minor villains. There's like a really small group compared to all the other parts. What's her name? Mirashon? She has Marilyn Manson. That fight is pretty cool. Mirashon is pretty cool. I also like Mirashon's design. I think she's pretty cute. The girl that gets pummeled by like a billion baseballs when Jolene throws the baseballs at her. She was pretty cool. Her design is actually really good. I'm looking at it right now. She a cutie. Yeah, I'm gonna say Mirashon is my favorite. And then it's Rikiel. Rikiel is sick. You should go back and read whatever it is that you skipped in part 6. I'ma smite you. A perplexing wombat. Haha. IDK if I wasn't paying attention, but I forgot most fights. Understandable. As much as I like part 6, I understand why some people are like, ugh. But I also get upset because it's like, I too, when I read part 6, stopped reading JoJo for 3 months. Not because part 6 was bad. I just stopped reading. I didn't feel like opening anything and reading. Like, I straight up just didn't read the manga. It was like right there, and I just like didn't ever like sit down and read it. I was just playing games that entire time and ended up not reading any manga at all except One Piece, I think. A weekly One Piece chapter. I like the Dragon's Dream fight, even though I know it's not that great. How long do I think until Melon Boy? Like 3 more episodes. 4 more episodes. But yeah, Perplexing Wombat. Go back and read whatever part of it you skipped. I promise you, it's not as bad as you might think. And if you have expectations of everybody telling you, oh, it sucks, stop thinking about that shit. Because it's going to make you read the part, and you're going to think that everything about it is bad. Like, when you go into something with the expectation of, oh, this is going to be really good or this is going to be really bad, that hinders your experience. That's why I always say go into things without having any expectations so you can't get disappointed. Not to say that, oh, you're not disappointed because you're not paying attention to, like, it being super good or super bad. No, you can still pay attention to it being good or bad. But if you have no expectation of it being amazing and then it's, like, not what you expected it to be, then, you know, the way you look at it is different. You get like an actual like good rating on it. You know, it's like you have to be unbiased about it yourself. Part 6 is good because you know the main cast is good and I love badass women, but the minor fights are forgettable, honestly. Yeah, the main cast is great. I love the main cast of part 6. I know people are like, oh, some characters should have gotten more screen time, and I agree. But while the characters are on screen, everything they do is really good. And I will always, always, always say this when I talk about some stuff like this, and it depends also on what it is. But in this particular situation, you know, here's my thing with it, right? Whenever people are always talking about certain characters that deserve more screen time, I can agree. But if the main character is the one that gets the most screen time, I'm fine with it because they're the main character. Like, they're supposed to get the screen time. If the story's about them, I want them to get the main focus, you know? That's how I feel about that. But I agree. But I like the main cast of part 6. Like, I think all the characters do enough to be likable. Like, Emporio is great. Anybody that slanders Emporio, real talk, leave my chat. Unfollow me, unsubscribe. Leave, never speak to me again. Dead ass. Honestly. Not liking Emporio is not okay. I will form a personal grudge against you. Like, that is my son right there. You leave him be. You do not mistreat Emporio. That is personal right there. Like, it's beef. If you have an issue with him, you got an issue with me. Aight. Marilyn Manson, A Highway to Hell, but Jumpin' Jack Flash and Limp Bizkit I found boring. Limp Bizkit's cool in concept of the stand. Jumpin' Jack Flash is like whatever. It's just like, oh no. And Marilyn Manson is pretty sick. Yeah, it was a great episode, Max. It was awesome. Fugo is better than who? Who are you comparing Fugo to, Crazy? Any chance of Purple Haze Feedback OVA? Said this before. I'll say it again. Every single time y'all ask me, I want them to do it. I do. Because that'll be great. But I don't want to expect them to, because I kind of doubt that it'll happen. But I still want them to do it, you know? Like, I really don't think that they will. Maybe. But I do want them to do it. Because, you know, more JoJo content. You get more JoJo, I get more JoJo, everybody gets more JoJo. It'll be really cool. But they're doing Rohan OVAs right now. And there's a lot of Rohan side content, so who knows how long they're going to take with that. They didn't do, like, Dead Man's Questions for Part 4. Which, I can't remember if Dead Man's Questions is, like, a finished thing, or if there's just like a couple chapters of it and then that was that. But I want them to do it eventually. Golden Heart, Golden Ring, should it be in the anime? Yes and no. Depends. I don't know. I have to think about that. I get why people get so pissy over the whole anime / Purple Haze Feedback thing. With DP changing the backstory a bit wasn't destroying any chances we had of it getting an OVA. Exactly. See, a good point. I don't get why people do that either. I think it's really stupid. Because they didn't take anything away from Fugo and they actually added more to the backstory. So, like, and they animated it great. It was really good. So I don't see why people would be upset about that shit. It's like, just because they do one thing doesn't mean they get rid of any other possibility of anything else, you know? And the backstory was good, so I don't see why people are, like, bitching about it, you know? Like, there's no other word for it. It's like, you're just bitching about it at that point. Complaining about shit that you don't gotta complain about. Maybe they can work with both. DP knows what they're doing. Yeah, like, I want them to use these things, and if they do or don't, oh well, but if they do, I know it'll be good. Like, I don't have to worry about it being like, oh, are they gonna do Purple Haze Feedback? Okay, but is it gonna be good? Like, no, I know if they do Purple Haze Feedback, that shit is gonna be good. So that I'm not worried about. I'm more so, like, just hoping that they do it, and if they don't do it, that is fine. If they do it, hell yeah. If not, oh well. That's my stance. And this is my stand. My stand is follow me on Twitter at FreyKugel and at SuperKami Gaming, because I update stuff on both of those. SuperKami Gaming is the backup in case something happens to FreyKugel. You can join the Discord server in the description below, because we're going to be ending the stream, fellas. So it is 11:22. I'm going to finish eating. I've got chicken. Shout out to chicken. Chicken is really good. You should join the Discord. Talk to me there. Tweet at me. Do whatever. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, please. You know, the more people that show up and support, the more it motivates me to actually sit down and do these things. Because then I remember, it's like sometimes I feel like I don't want to upload or do anything. And then I have people to, like, ask me about stuff. Or people that, like, enjoy watching my stuff. And that's when I'm like, damn. Like, it's fun to do this stuff. Because, you know, getting that... Oh my god, I got scared. Vladimir Lenin just subscribed. Thank you. Thanks, Vlad. See, there we go. That's the people to sub and they sub. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, though. But yeah, seeing support and stuff is like, it's important, man. Support the content creators that you guys like. Like, I can't stress that shit enough, because we're people too. Sometimes we get demotivated. Sometimes we get hit with zippers like this, and my head is currently unzipped in half, so I can only half speak. But sometimes we get unmotivated from doing certain things. Sometimes we just get tired of shit, you know? And having that bit of motivation and that push is really nice. It's appreciated a lot, so. Support your content creators. Like their videos. Share their videos with other people. Put them in Discord chats. Tweet them. Fucking share them on your Facebook. Share them on Instagram. Wherever it is that you feel the need to be like, hey, I think this is really cool. You should check this out. You know, just do that. It's very helpful. And that's to anybody, not just to me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, only support my shit. No, support everybody that you like. You got to do that. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that. But yeah, this episode is great. Of course, for anybody that's watching this later, let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below in the comments. I hope also the people that watch these like watch with the chat live like replay function thing, because it's a pretty cool feature. Yeah, definitely. I've been telling the people, you know, to talk more in the server and stuff. I've been like messaging and shit in there, so maybe soon we'll be doing like movie nights, watching stuff. I'll hop in like a rabbit or something, playing games with people. Like, I've been wanting to sit down and play Smash, stream Smash. I was trying to play it earlier, and then internet machine was like, and by internet machine I mean Smash online sucks sometimes. I know last week I was talking about it, and I was like, you know, if you have a Switch, buy the online. And yes, you should, just so that you can play games, and it's cheap. It's $20 for an entire year, and you can always set up the family plan. Like, it's like, what, $38 for the family plan, and you can put 8 people with 8 different Nintendo Switches to have online. So like, you and your group of friends can just all play online. If you all just pitch in like $5 or something, then one person can buy it. So should I buy a Switch just to buy Smash? I got a Switch, and right now I have Smash and Pokemon because I haven't had more money to buy more stuff. But Smash is great. Like, I have like 100 something hours on Smash. I've got it since it came out. I've been playing a lot of it. I have like 140 hours of Smash, and it's been out for like a month now. And it's fun. It's great. I love Smash. It's so good. So you should buy it. But there's other stuff on the Switch too. If you like RPGs, Octopath is out. No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back, or whatever it's called, just came out today. That's dope. I want to get Zelda eventually. Mario is always, you know, a cool thing to get. Xenoblade is out. Like, the Switch has a lot of cool stuff that's on there. Oh, the fanfic stuff you were talking about last time. That was funny. That's to be expected. But yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. So thank you guys all for coming through. I appreciate it. We can talk in the Discord. We'll be typing in stuff. You can follow me on Twitter, etc., etc. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah. And also, pray for Mista. Ain't nothing wrong with him. My boy just got shot 3 times in the head. So yeah, I'll be safe. Everybody here have a really good, and I mean really, really, really good rest of the Friday. It's just really late. And I will see you guys whenever I sit down and record the video. Which, speaking of, I will tease this here real quick. Where is it? Image. I'm going to put this on screen. This is the thumbnail for the part 6 video. Just so you guys know, it has been like a thing. I have actually had like work for it, and I have been trying to make it a thing. I just haven't recorded commentary for it yet. But this is what the Stone Ocean thumbnail looks like, and I'm probably gonna post this in like a YouTube post, so you guys know that this is happening. I like the way this looks a lot because I like the use of the colors in the background and stuff. That's also one of my favorite things with Stone Ocean. I like the colors and stuff like that. But this is just here, just so you guys know it is a thing. I haven't been making it up. I have been sitting down and trying to work on getting it to be a thing. So thank you guys so much for coming through. Y'all have a good night. And remember, peace, sword in the balls. Because it is.